keep going over in my head what I want to say and not saying it. So, hi, my name is Liz, and I met my amazing husband 6 years ago. We started talking in May of 2019. I had SI joint fusion surgery June 1st of that year. And at the time, I had someone who I barely knew come and live with me because the person who was supposed to come and live with me last minute decided that she didn't want to. And I was afraid to be on my own after surgery. I had just divorced for the second time and turned 30. And, I was pretty lonely after my surgery, I guess, and the situation I was in wasn't ideal, and I was actually on 2 dating sites that he hit me up on, and I ignored him at first, but he was persistent, and eventually I responded, and we talked back and forth for a while, and again, my situation wasn't very good. I was in a bad situation, and he started asking questions, and it was because of him that I was able to get out of that situation. If you are ever in a situation where you are not safe, I hope and pray that you find a way out. I did, and I'm lucky. My husband is part of the reason that I'm still here today for many reasons, but he saved my life. So anyway, that was probably met in the beginning of July of 2019, and things moved rather quickly. Within a month, we were full on dating, and it didn't take long before we realized this was it for us. We were pretty happy, and I had a miscarriage in 2009, and all I had ever wanted was to be a mom. And he had other kids, but he was okay with having more, and so we decided to try for a baby. Got pregnant the day we decided to try. We were really happy. We were really excited, and then my best friend from when I was a kid got married November 2nd of 2019, and we were living in Indiana. We went out to Pennsylvania for the wedding, and the morning of the wedding I started bleeding, and I lost the baby. I went to the reception and took the present and signed everything, but I didn't actually go to the wedding or get to see her, and we really haven't spoken since. It's always kind of sucked, but what are you gonna do? Anyway, that was really hard. It was really hard, and it was at that time that I started to realize I am not normal. When it comes to my health, I am not normal. I have a lot of health issues. My main diagnosis is lupus, but with that, I have a lot of other things. And at the time, because I had been running away from my diagnosis, I was diagnosed 3 times, but I ran from that diagnosis. I did not want to accept it. And because of that, my health was really bad. And I needed my teeth removed. I needed my hips replaced. I needed back surgeries. I was really in a bad place. And so at that time, I remember the day I walked into my boss's office. I had a job I absolutely loved. I worked with individuals with disabilities. And I walked into my boss's office with tears streaming down my face because I had just gotten done being sick in the bathroom, but fighting between the sickness and the pain and trying to, run other people's lives. It was just too hard. And I quit my job that day. Quit my job, and I filed disability. And that is the start of when things started to head towards homelessness. We didn't realize it at the time, but 2 weeks after I left my job, I was diagnosed with avascular necrosis in both of my hips and told that I needed hip replacements. Things were just really overwhelming, and I wanted to end my life. And Nick was really worried. I wanted him to leave me. We hadn't been together that long. I wanted him to just, but he wouldn't. And we decided to try to move in with family, my family, to, help with me while I waited on disability and got my health figured out. Because I was ready to check out. So first we went to my mom's. And when we got there, I realized that my mom's trailer was not in great condition. And we did find people from like the Red Cross that was willing to come and, help fix it up, because she didn't have the best health. And this place was not good. I mean, I was there less than a week and I had gotten pretty sick. I was in the hospital. But anyway, she's proud. She was proud, and, she had just bought the trailer and she thought she could do it on her own. She didn't realize I physically could not help her anymore. I was not in a place that I could do that. And so I found my cousin actually living close by. Her and her boyfriend were living in a house close by, and they had plenty of room, actually. So she said that we could come and stay with her. I did ask ahead of time if it was okay to bring my animals, and she said yes. But later on, it turned out that was not the case. She was not allowed to have animals in her place. And it also turned out the day after we moved in was my birthday. And I got a call that she had OD'd. I didn't realize that she had a serious problem. I tried to help her, but she did not want help, and neither did her boyfriend. And before 3 weeks were up, we found ourselves living in our car. Everything that we left behind, we lost. They said that we could keep it in their basement. But my cousin died. 2 weeks later, I got the call that my cousin OD'd and died. So we found ourselves in the car, March 19th, 2020, 2 days after the COVID shutdown. And it was in Gary, Indiana, and it was snowing and we were cold. And so, when we first got together, we talked about where we wanted to live, and the best places for people with my conditions: Hawaii, California, and Florida. Obviously, Florida's the cheapest out of those. So we made the goal to move to Florida, and we saw ourselves sitting in the car and we said, let's head south. That's when our journey began. Thanks for listening. I'll tell more later. But that's the beginning.